Hello, this video is going to discuss how to set up and use the historical bull bear key price level and historical resistance and support levels on the day trading GPS stocks ETFs Key Levels Indicator. This can be very useful for looking at uh, session daily ranges and patterns of behavior in prior sessions on a particular stock or ETF symbol. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to the user control panel. And as you can see right now, I have um, this line extension set into both. So it's extended to the left and right. So the first thing we want to do is come down to display settings and we want to change the line extension option to the right. And then the next thing we can do is go down to the bottom and right above the table display settings, you'll see historical settings, and you want to select both, show historical bull bear key price level, and show historical RNS levels. Okay, so each one of these sections here is a session for the stocks. So on this particular indicator, there's only one session, the New York session. The levels come out each morning. The U.S. market is open at 9 a.m. Eastern New York time. Okay, so right now we have it turned on for the default, which is 6 levels above the bull bear key price level and 6 levels below the bull bear key price level. You can enable up to 10. So if you're looking at a particular symbol that was very volatile, where it may extend below the 6 levels on some of the prior sessions you're looking at or above the levels, 6 levels up here, then you would simply go up here, enable the additional levels, and of course you need to enable them down here as well and down here as well. If for some reason you don't want to look at all 6 levels, you're just concerned about the first 3 levels, then obviously you just go in here and uncheck the levels you don't want to see. And of course, if you do that, you need to come down here and do it as well in both the R levels and S levels display settings. The default is 6 levels above and 6 levels below, so just keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and turn the width of the bull bear down to just 1 for this particular video. Alright, so this is on a 15-minute chart. Each one of these here starts at 9 a.m. or the start of the session. Keep in mind that there are going to be some stocks where this may start on some days later, perhaps up to 9:30, and that would be a case where you have a stock that has no pre-market activity at all. Uh, so, there might be some stocks like Allstate Insurance, as an example. Very rarely does Allstate Insurance, except maybe around earnings, uh, trade in the pre-market. So on those types of stocks, uh, the sessions may start at on most days at 9:30, and then around earnings, it would show the levels starting at 9 because of the pre-market activity. But on all your popular stocks, all your big stocks like your Teslas, your Nvidias, uh, stocks that are always trading in the pre-market, ETFs that are always trading in the pre-market like SPY, QQQ, IWM, they're all going to start at 9. So anyway, you can go back to the previous days and you can see how the price action, the range, the general range of price action on most days, and the reaction at certain levels. And this can be helpful in sort of back testing the indicator on a particular stock symbol so that you can see the pattern of behavior and the daily ranges. It can be useful in seeing the predominant daily range of a stock so that you know that, for example, Tesla, if you see on most days that it's, uh, so keep in mind here, at least on the color scheme, the default color scheme, R1 and S1 are in blue, and then R2 to R6 are in red, S2 to S6 are in green. So this can give you an idea of typical ranges on this particular symbol. Uh, so if you see that on most days it's trading between, say, R3 and S3 or R2 and S2, then you may want to set your trading strategy to be predominantly within that range. But this can give you kind of a general visual overview where you can sort of get the picture right away that on most days, or it could be particular days in general, like on Mondays. Does this trade a lot different on Mondays than it does on other days of the week? So this is more of a visual aid to help you in sort of back testing the levels on a particular symbol for both ranges on particular days, ranges and days in general and average, and also reactions to levels on those as well. One thing you do want to keep in mind is that if you look at a lower time frame chart, like say a 5-minute, that'll give you a much more granular view of each day because of the number of candles. But you're not going to be able to look at as many days on one screen at a time. You can try squinching it up, but then when you have it on, say, a 5-minute or below chart, then when you squinch it up, then you're going to have these candles so close together, they may not be able to discern them as well. But if you're not really concerned with that and you just want to see the overall picture of each day as concerns the individual candles, then that certainly can do that on a lower time frame. So for example, if we go down to a 1-minute, then it's going to be even more. So 1 minute as an example, say on one particular day, that would be taking up the whole screen. If you try squinching them up, there's 2 on a 1 minute. If we look at something longer term, like a 30-minute, then it's a little bit easier to see, perhaps like a week to, let's see, right here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. So 10, that's 2 weeks of trading. So on something like a 15-minute, you get in 10 trading sessions and look at it on one versus a 15-minute. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 15-minute can give you kind of a weekly at a time. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this. You definitely, as we started off the video, you have to have the line extensions set to right only. If you don't have the extensions set to right only, and you leave it on, say, both, then you're going to get something that looks pretty confusing because there's some overlap due to the current session being extended in both directions. So for a cleaner look, you just want to go with the right only. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. This is certainly one aspect of this indicator, which I use a lot to get kind of a overview of the recent week or last, up to say the last 30 days. Get more of a feel for the price action that's occurring uh, on a particular symbol each day, and I hope you find it useful as well. Thank you, and I hope you have a nice evening.